Tonight, joining us live from Riyadh at the Future Investment Initiative is Arise Business correspondent Rotus Oddiri. Wow, Rotus, looking good. So let's get straight into it. Do you think healthcare can really be disrupted by AI? You look like you're having way too much fun over there.
Vimbai, good morning to you. Good morning to Aya. Good morning to all our viewers. Shout out to our YouTube viewers in particular on the Arise News YouTube platform. Hey, Vimbai, yes, I have been. I'm living in the future here. This is just, you're surrounded by technology. That was just one person. There was another conversation we had. We'll play that on the Global Business Report on a founder that is building, electric aircraft powered by batteries and hydrogen fuel cells. So check that out later on today. But yeah, Vimbai, healthcare, of course, yes, can be disrupted by tech, can improve. When you think about telemedicine and being able to, talk to a doctor, of course, you need electricity, you need a proper, strong internet network. What I've seen here is just incredible stuff. The answer is an emphatic yes, and it really shows the, what the amount of talent and what Saudi Arabia is attracting here at this summit. It's been an incredible eye-opener, and I'm just happy that we've been able to share it with everybody here to know what is possible. The possibilities are just infinite.
Infinite. I don't know if you're confident or willing to share your health status if you did that health test to see if you're confident in the outcome of the results. But also today is the final day of the summit. What are the highlights for today?
Yeah, Ayo, today is packed. There is a climate and mobility meetup as far as the, Lucid is here. So they're an electric vehicle company. I think they'll be participating in that. In terms of transportation and how that can reduce emissions, there is another conference that is very pertinent to us here. The title being, which emerging markets can give the best return on investment? Saudi Arabia, of course, is an emerging market. You can see everything that they've attracted here. So they're really flexing and showing that they can attract capital. So can a Nigeria do that? Can an Ivory Coast do that? So that's around that. There's also an investment day. They will be putting together a lot of startups that are, because they're funding startups here. Startups that are bringing forward a lot of innovative, tech, like the gentleman from Kyle Wong, who of course has Panoptic AI, things like that. So, a whole lot to be discussed. We are going to have a panel, by the way, later on. I think we'll play that tomorrow. I met three Nigerians here who are, have been funded by a number of investors here. They are all in the payments space. So we'll be talking to them, having a round table. Of course, the big news, Money Point, which is run by Nigerians, is the latest African unicorn. Money Point raised $110 million. Now they're at $1 billion valuation. So, a whole lot of discussions still going on today to wrap up what has been a fantastic 3 days here in Riyadh.
Truly action-packed, and so much information was shared. I mean, we've seen some of the incredible interviews that you guys have granted, as well as all of the awesome sessions that took place there. But what would you say are some of the key lessons that we can learn from the Future Investment Initiative in Riyadh?
Look, I was just on the YouTube platform right now with a lot of viewers on YouTube, and a lot of them were saying, look, how does Nigeria get here? How do you replicate what they've done here? Can we host this type of conference? The lessons, the takeaways from this is that Saudi Arabia has been very intentional about diversifying away from oil. Oil, you need to see the size of the chandeliers here. Adesua has a package on it, and she's already been filming it. They look like spaceships, right? There's 24/7 power, real estate. Sorry, I even left this out. There's a conference, there's a discussion on alternative assets, which of course is supposed to play to the strength of Saudi Arabia, because real estate this place was a desert. When you're flying in, you see a lot of desert. They've turned a desert. It's like when we talk about Dubai, they've turned a desert into an actual heavy return on investment for real estate. So the key takeaway is about leadership being intentional and using the same thing we have in Nigeria, oil money, to turn. This is $1 trillion economy. Saudi Arabia is a 1.1 trillion. In fact, according to their own numbers, they say it's 2 trillion, but the official numbers from the World Bank is 1 trillion. So I'll use that, but it probably is higher. They've got Vision 2030, or I think 2030 or so, where they want to try to diversify away from oil. The key takeaway, the main takeaway, is that they are intentional intentional, they are embracing technology, and they are attracting the brightest and the best here to this conference. So there's a lot that countries around the world can learn from what we've seen here, and I'm just, happy to be working for a company that allows me to fly around the world and see what everybody else is doing. They don't have two heads, right? We can do what they're doing here, but it's been incredible.
They don't have two heads, and they also have oil, like we have oil. And so they've managed resources really well, and we see what happens when that is done. Thank you so much, Rotus, for also giving us a glimpse of what is possible and hopefully expand our minds to see that the future is here. Technology, AI is hot topic right now. And as a nation, as a country, we must begin to see how we can also be a part of that conversation and be on that table when it's being discussed. Thank you very much. Enjoy the final day of the summit or conference, and we look forward to seeing you back here in Nigeria to implement some of the things that you've seen and witnessed in Riyadh.